All right, now to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right.
Welcome
All
to the
right.
Topic Podcast, guys.
Woo!
Welcome to Real Life Topics Podcast with the exclusive interview with one of the best comedians out of Chicago, Mr. Comedian D. Patrick in the building. Here, Mr. D. Patrick.
That's what's
Could you
up.
tell what's good? How you doing this?
Appreciate y'all.
Can y'all hear? He said,
I'm
"Appreciate."
good, man. I'm making it. Can't even
It's
complain
break
right
it
now.
broke
Y'all
it
hear me?
broke
I'm
up.
coming in good.
We coming in as good as possible as we gonna do.
Oh,
Mr.
it broke up
Comedian
on me.
Patrick. Yeah, Mr. Comedian D. Patrick. Could you tell Real Life Topics audience who is Comedian D. Patrick?
Well, hopefully this don't chop up, but we're gonna try to make it as good as possible. Comedian D. Patrick, man. I'm just a guy from Southside Chicago. Started doing comedy before I can remember actually talking. So for me, I'm just a guy, man. Just made it over here and trying to share my gift with the world for right now. But I can start off in the city. Pretty much, that's just me. Just a guy from the South Side, man. That's trying to dream big.
All right, Southside.
Yes. Southside in the building. Southside in the building. So, Mr. Comedian D. Patrick.
Yeah, man.
We got the moderator of Speak Your Truth. What made you create? What made you come up with Speak Your Truth? How did Speak Your Truth come about?
Yes.
Dang. I don't understand.
Okay, so Speak Your Truth actually was an evolution of something that me and my boy, shout out to my boy Race. It's breaking up bad again?
A little bit. Go ahead. It shouldn't for the audience. The audience is gonna come through clear.
You good? Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Well, we gonna just keep talking in if that's the case. But no, actually, Speak Your Truth is a like I said, it was a progressive thing that happened. Me and one of my boys, shout out to my boy Ray Stormbreaker, had started a podcast or internet radio show called Truth Brothers TV, Truth Brothers Radio, and all that we would talk about current events, current topics, or whatever. But Speak Your Truth ended up developing more because I had a basically another panel show that I was doing with another guy called Cocktails and Conversations. And that didn't pan out the way it should have. So I took the concept that I always wanted to do, and I built this team of people who I knew had the right mindset to go and push my idea to another level. And I wanted just a melting pot of people. Of all different types of ages and backgrounds or whatever. So once I found that group of people, which is gotta shout my people out. Shout out to Carla Renee, the actress, the host of Speaking Truth. Again, shout out to my boy Ray Stormbreaker, Candace, DJ Lightbright, cannot forget her. Day Day, Liberated Lisa, my boy Marlo. Man, just all of them came together and we built some. We're building. Really, I think is itself because there are station and some other panel shows, but this I believe is the most interactive Q&A panel show that's out there right now. One person have an input, it lets everybody have input, and everybody gets their questions out.
Okay, so the conversations is just what Speak Your Truth is basically like speaking the truth about your what are you speaking your truth about?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, when you're speaking your truth, what conversations do you have speaking your truth about your life experiences, or what are you
about
speaking
that
truth on?
yeah basically yes. So combination of everything. So basically the way that the concept goes is everyone comes in, we we start the show around 6:30 is when the doors open. Everybody comes in, and at the front of the door, there's this bucket. And in the bucket, it says, ask whatever you want so we can speak our truth. Everyone puts any question they want in this bucket. And then the host, who's Carla Renee, will go through when the show starts and just pull the questions randomly out of there. And we all take turns or, on that panel answering those.
That's a cool concept.
But the conversation goes from politics, just want to tell, yeah, just same thing. It's like one person just wanted to vent a story about a guy that, the crazy story was that a female was saying that she was messing with her best friend's ex-boyfriend, and she's pregnant by the guy. And she was like, she don't want to be with the guy, but she said she's only with him because she kept telling him how good he was in bed. So it was a lot of stuff that was going, the conversations get so raw, so uncut, so deep that it's great conversation. Like, I generally love first Tuesday every month. I literally cannot wait every first Tuesday of the month so we can get in on that.
So every first Tuesday of the month, Speak Your Truth is where? At the winery on 90th and Hermitage, I believe. Dang, this signal.
Yes, we're at the Wild Blossom Winery, 9030 South Hermitage. The next show will be October 7th. And what we do is, since we're flipping everything and we just want everybody to come out, have a good time, the tickets are absolutely free. For right now, we just, hey, man, just come out, enjoy the show, and, get the word out so that people can understand and see what we're doing. And plus, a lot of the times, people don't have an outlet, and we feel like, why are we charging people to have an outlet? Come out, enjoy yourself, have some wine, get some good food, enjoy some music, and just have a good time, man. It's some freedom. It's literally one of the best things you can do on a Tuesday night when you have nothing to do. You want to cut off after work, and man, these kids drive me crazy. I just want to go in here and have some adult conversation. Come on down. You want to get in there and get messy.
It's mellow. It's not too much. It's not too rowdy.
Yeah, it's a grown folks vibe. It's app. Well, actually, Real Life Topics actually been banking on trying to get there. We actually was trying to get there this Tuesday, because you did just have a show this past Tuesday. So this past Tuesday, we got so caught up on being busy, we were kind of planning on going.
We'll be there. We'll be there the next time. We'll be there.
We will be there.
Okay.
Bank on us being. We will be there.
Hey, I'm gonna hold that to that. I'm gonna hold y'all to that now. October 7th. Y'all already know the doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7. So, hey, I'm gonna hold y'all to it.
And of course, Real Life Topics podcast is having a 1-year anniversary, November 8th.
Thanks. And next on my side.
We will have the honor of having comedian DPATRICK as one of the comedians that will be at Real Life Topics dinner celebration anniversary. So that's good. Oh, it's disconnecting now. Hopefully the audience can still hear us. That's why I'm gonna keep going, and hopefully it's just us skipping. But on the outside, y'all can hear us. So I just want to dwell on comedian DPATRICK's comic comedian career. Well, how old were you when you did start with and come out?
You gotta let him. He came out. He gotta come back in.
Yeah.
It gotta be his connection, because I'm not skipping on my behalf.
Right, that's what I'm thinking too. I almost said that because I was like, last week I was like, that's them. It ain't us.
All right, we should be good now. Let's try it now.
Okay, so we should be good. Okay, so we wanted to touch bases on the career and a little bit more on who comedian DPATRICK is. And so the question that I have for you is, when did you start or knew, which I do know a slightly of the story, you were growing up and you were cracking jokes and you just decided to go with it. But if you could just break down, how old were you when you did get started on wanting to be a comedian? And I'm talking about just really investing in it and saying, hey, this is is kind of what I want to do?
I mean, when I started taking it serious was maybe like 4 years ago. But I mean, before then, it was always just whatever. Like I would tell people this story all the time. Was I got an uncle who's a Chicago legend in the comedy game, and he would always tell me, "Man, you need to do this. You need to do this. Like you can do it. You can do it." But I never would do it. Like for whatever reason, it was. I think it was stage fright. To be honest, it probably was stage fright. But people who actually like when I tell people I'm antisocial, like well, not antisocial. I'm an introvert. When I tell people I'm an introvert, they do not believe me, and I'll be like, I truly am. Like I after shows, I leave and go home because after I get done with a set, I leave and go home. But my uncle was probably the biggest influence for me to do it in Chicago. But and I think that I would always crack jokes with him. But for me to actually take it seriously, I would say that was maybe like 4 years ago when I started deciding, yeah, I actually can do this and I'm gonna take it seriously now.
This is a reminder. What was one of your first shows that kind of motivated you to say, "Hey, I'm gonna take this seriously"? What did you land that was kind of like, "Hey, it's a great show. I'm gonna do it. I'm literally," and it was 4 years ago, of course. But when you went at that point, when did you just say this certain show, like I can do this? Everybody was laughing. It was good.
It was literally my very first time hitting okay, so I would say the first time I took it seriously and hit the stage that day. The first time I hit a stage was August 14th at Riddles. And it was an open mic, and like what people don't know about most open mics is it's nobody but comedians in there. And if you can get in a room full of comedians and make comedians laugh, you could actually be on to something. And I remember being in Riddles and my name getting called and to go up. And I've been working on the set that I was going to do the whole day. The whole day I knew I was going, so I had worked on my set. And I went up there, did my set, and got that first laugh. All it takes is that first laugh you get from a joke, and you hooked. So it's literally an addiction. And when I actually did that set and got done, it was over. I wanted to immediately go back on stage and keep hitting stages. And I've had, like all comedians have had bad nights, but the very first time I hit Riddles, the first time I got on the stage, and crazy story, when I actually got on that stage, I blacked out. Like I did not. It was almost like autopilot because
that's how you know that's your gift. That's how you know that's your gift.
Yeah, because I went back and watched it because I had someone record it for me, and I went back and watched it, and I don't remember some of the stuff I did. It was just a natural reaction to what I'm doing while I'm holding the mic. But yeah, the first time I did it, I just literally blacked out. Another story, real quick. The first time I did the Laugh Factory, I forgot my whole set walking up to the stage, but killed that night. So, it's that's how I knew this is something not just I could do, but something I just want to do. I just comedy is one of the things that has just gave me the most confidence that I've had ever since I was playing basketball. Comedy is a confidence building thing.
Have any questions, co-host?
I want to say, outside of your uncle, do you feel like you have a style of comedy? And if so, who would you say you have modeled yourself after or like the most that you're in your comedic style?
Man, that's a good question. I'm it's a melting pot because like there are so many comics that I watched and liked coming up that if I took, like, for one, one of my favorite comics that is like not as to me as the level that he should be or the respect he gets is a guy called Patrice O'Neal.
I know
Patrice,
about Patrice O'Neal. He is funny.
If you ever, I tell people, if you go back and watch Elephant in the Room, and if you aren't crying before, like literally 30 minutes into that, I was crying laughing. He is so because God rest his soul, man. But one of the most talented comedians I've ever had the opportunity to see, and even in his younger stuff, it was cool. DL Hughley is like one of my favorites, and I'm gonna tell people why. Is because DL Hughley had a way of and crazy story. Coming up when I first saw the Kings of Comedy, D.L. Hughley was like my least favorite comedian that was on that show.
That's a fact.
But
It was.
I mean, as I got older, he still was not my favorite because Bernie, hey, you can't. Come on, Bernie killed that. But I understood DL's style of comedy more as I got older because his was kind of like molded towards an older audience. So it made more sense to me as I got older. But
Right.
man, like George Carlin, a white comic that a lot of people sleep on.
That's the dude. That's the old dude with the ponytail.
Yep, George Carlin, smart as hell,
Yeah.
but knew how to make people laugh with that intellect. Like if you can do
Mhm.
that, that's a true gift. And he did that for over 40 years. And that was one of the dudes. Like You Are All Disease is one of my favorite stand-ups that he did. I can remember the first time I knew it was certain. It was like it's certain people that if I asked them, do you remember where you were when you saw certain specials? I remember exactly where I was when I saw Eddie Murphy Raw. That was the first comedy special I seen, and I remember exactly where I was. I remember the first where I was, like I said, Elephant in the Room. I remember where I was when I saw that. I remember where I was when I saw Kevin Hart's first stand up that I'm a Grown Little Man. Like that was to me was his best stand up he ever done. So because I literally study comedy and I'm a fan of comedy, literally like anybody's style of comedy. Like I like Ellen DeGeneres. You would never know. People will never get. I will watch Ellen DeGeneres makes me laugh. But but it's my style of comedy is like a melting pot because I'm more of a storyteller. Like
Mhm.
I have a storyteller and I love callback jokes where you hit them with something and then you come back to that joke from the beginning. I love that style of joke because it to me, and this is not coming down on anybody who's in the game because I don't do that. But I think it's kind of lazy when people do certain things with jokes that is just a repetitive cycle of what everybody else is already talking about. Meaning,
Mhm.
and this is why, but just my opinion, this is why a lot of female comics get typecast because they know they will go in there and say talk about sex and my vagina and all it. Like they're like, okay, yeah, we know we getting with y'all, but that's kind of like I said. That's kind of why I like Ellen DeGeneres. There's another comic, 38D. I think she's fucking hilarious. She's from Gary, Indiana. Hilarious comic. But she got. It takes talent to do that without being vulgar. Because a lot of things people. This gonna sound like hating again, but I'm not hating. A lot of things aren't comedy. You're laughing because of the shock value. Like, oh
Right.
my God, they got up there and they said that, but it's not actually funny. It's more like, yo, you wow for that.
Right.
So that's why I think that it's a it's a real the game is a little whatever. But to get back to my her initial question, like I said, my style of comedy is like I said, it's more storytelling because everything about me is like I said when I shoot my special next year called Male's Firstborn. It's I call it Male's Firstborn because it's all about me and my life. Everything I talk about is like things that have happened to me, but of course they're magnified to the thousandth degree. But yeah, it's about my life.
Okay. Okay. And then what would be my other question? I want to ask you about your genre, your style. Um, I was just listening to you talk. I wasn't ready to ask the next question.
Now that's cool.
Um, let me see. There was another one. Yeah, I asked you about who was your Oh, yes, that's what I want to ask. Okay, so as far as your career is concerned, because the goal is to be an icon, correct? So, at the peak of your career, what do you plan to accomplish?
Um, that to me, that there's two answers to that. There's a selfish answer, and then there's an answer that I will want. Because my selfish answer is to what I would want to accomplish is to be one of the best. Like to
Of
be
course.
able to walk around and say, oh yeah, that's dude from that's not even dude, that's D Patrick. Like to be able to have that notoriety, that's the selfish answer. Uh, but in all actuality, all I really want to accomplish is to be able to have something for my kids to be able to look at me and be proud of. I
Legacy.
want them to be able to look at they and say, "That's my dad. My dad was this," you know. So I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like that's my driving force is to just leave them with something so that they can hold their head up high about their dad.
I mean, I think that's kind of the goal for all of us and whatever we do. If you're not doing it for them, then like to be honest with you, what you doing it for? I mean, especially if you have children, because you have to leave something behind for your legacy. So I get that. I definitely do.
Yeah.
Um. So legacy. I think that was really the two that I had. I can't think of anything. Those were the two most personal questions that I think that I had to ask.
Don't mind. Like I said, I know, man. We was all running in here late because I mean, I was, man. Look, listen. I came in hot.
Wait, I'm going to Disney World when I get off this phone with you. I'm actually.
He leaving too. His flight leave at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I'm headed to Tampa. I got some shows in Tampa I gotta do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So I just want to speak your truth. The next Speak Your Truth is October 7th. So make sure you guys check out comedian D Patrick. He's the moderator of Speak Your Truth. It is a wonderful event, for grown folks. When you get off work at 5 o'clock, you can go on over to 90th and Hermitage and check out Speak Your Truth. It's a
yeah.
great moment to eat, to drink wine and things like that. And then, of course, one question I do have for you, comedian D Patrick, where do you see yourself at and within the next year or two? What are your goals and aspirations as a comedian? Because by the way, Real Life Topics podcast has been in the building a couple times.
Yeah.
Comedian D Patrick do his thing, and of course he's definitely one of the number one comedians out of Chicago. Up and coming as well. If you guys didn't know, please check him out. Like I said, October 7th, you can check him out. And then what else do you have coming up on the
Right, I was just gonna say that.
I have, man. I mean, I'm blessed to be able to say that I got a packed schedule. I got the thousand. I'm proud to be hosting the comedy competition for other comics that are entering. For there's this $1,000 comedy competition. I actually hosted one that was for $250. Which Liz the Truth. Shout out to Liz the Truth, who actually won that one. With a bunch of dope comics that was in that. Then I hosted on the 17th and the 24th. Another comic that I'm working with, that damn Didi, another comic out of Chicago. Shout out to that damn Didi too.
to that.
Was that?
I said shout out.
Yeah, for sure. We just did something together, and we did a little skit not too long ago on Sunday, and it's people have said y'all need to do something together because they said y'all got like this Martin and Pam type vibe. Y'all need to do something. So me and her are working on coming up with some ideas to do with that. And we both are now under that elephant in the room umbrella. So shout out to Tony Strong for that. He did pull me and her in
Okay,
to
Charlie
work.
Strong.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tony.
So big shout out to big bro Tony Strong. He's been putting us in a lot of positions to win, and that's another dope dude that like really is doing everything right out here and doing. And he's not only, and I don't want to steer off the thing, but he's not only doing everything right, but he's doing right by people. And
Yeah.
that's what's gonna that's what's gonna make Tony go real far in this. But I mean, like I said, I'm leaving for Tampa. I got shows out there I gotta do. I come back. I got a show that I'm doing at Theater 47. I got I'm doing a show with Shocks. I got another one I'm doing. It's a lot that I got going on right now. I got to start filming for my for this short film that's coming up in November. And we got y'all coming up in November. I got to be there for that, for y'all 1 year anniversary. I got to shout that out for sure.
Yes.
Congratulations to y'all. So I'm definitely
Yes.
going to be there to perform for that and make sure I represent for y'all, because y'all are doing something. I love what y'all doing. I've been watching the last couple of episodes when I can catch them. And every time I see what y'all do, it's what made me want to come on, because I wanted to show y'all the love and any way that I could, and give y'all flowers to say this to y'all. It ain't easy for women out the gate to get in and get the respect that they're due, because they're going to be objectified, they're going to be over sexualized, they're going to swear that you don't know what you're talking about. And when I sat back and I watched y'all podcast, and y'all are going straight at dudes and asking them questions, and just how y'all engage in conversation, what y'all are doing is really going to become something big, man. I truly, truly believe that. Like, not even playing. And I'm just happy to be able to say I got in on the ground floor and was able to be in and work with y'all, man, because don't stop doing what y'all doing. I don't know if y'all got people who are telling y'all don't stop, because y'all have something that is really, really unique, and nobody's doing it the way that y'all are doing it. Y'all not coming in just strictly talking about guys and relationships and how dudes ain't shit. Like, I mean, if the conversation goes that way, great, but that's not what you do. Y'all are actually interviewing people.
Yes.
That's dope. So keep doing what y'all doing. I cannot wait to see y'all on y'all 1 year anniversary, and I want to turn back around and represent when y'all doing y'all 10-year anniversary. So just make
I
sure
know
that
that's
y'all
right. Speaking into existence.
keep doing
That's,
y'all thing.
that's right. I
Well,
just
let me
have
ask you this. Hold on. I want to ask. Like I said, I didn't have my notepad in front of me, but I did want to ask you, because this is the one thing that I ask, especially the people who are in the industry and their genres, for other up and coming comedians, because it's always snakes in the grass, so we got to keep it cut low. What advice can you give up and coming comedians as far as how to maneuver in this industry and things to help them move correctly?
Stay to yourself. Don't
Mm.
get in mess. Don't get involved in no drama. Um, just just stick to your craft. Let your craft do all your work. Let it do all your talking. I told people all the time, your name will enter a room way before you do. So all you have to do is just go on them stages, do what you're supposed to do, and just don't be a part. Like, it's going to be drama wherever you go. Just don't be a part of the drama. If
Mhm.
it's drama there, try not to listen to it, but sometimes you can't help it. But try not to listen to it. Stick to your own lane, stick to your own guns. And if this is something you truly do, like, to be fair and to be selfish, but comedy is a solo sport, but it does require help.
Mhm.
So if you can get if you can get some people around you that are genuinely want to see you succeed, you're lucky. But from what my uncle told me a long time ago, when I was my uncle was B Cole. So
Oh,
when I said that,
Ooh. Be cold, man.
yeah.
okay.
So when he pulled me to the side and I was like, "Yo, in this game, you can make friends, or you can make money, and if you can make both, you're lucky."
Huh.
So I was like, "Well, I'd rather make money." So I'd rather make connections and money. But I think that if you're lucky to find both, to do it. But for me, just stay out of drama. That's the best advice I can give anybody, any person in general. Just stay out of drama.
Mhm.
Okay. Have you
So
had any kind of woes in your because some people have stories about things that have happened, and some people have very good experience, some have bad, and some have mixed. So, what can you say about your experience with being an up and coming comedian in the industry?
I think for me, it's I've had situations with people that I felt like I wasn't given the same respect I gave people.
Mhm.
Um, I felt like, I mean, luckily I haven't had a lot of them situations happens because I treat people how I want them to treat me. So I haven't. I really there's you'd be hard pressed to find anybody who I've actually engaged with tell you D. Patrick did me bogus. Most of the people they'll just say I either stop talking or because once I saw something was going left, I'll bring it to a person's attention and then I'll back off of it. But
Mhm.
um, I've
Are
had
you an Aquarius? No, I'm just playing.
no, I'm actually a Cancer. That's crazy. I'm
Okay,
yeah.
Cancer, Cancer in the building.
I should have saying actually I should have saying birthday as Kevin Hart, but I think like I said for me I don't really have that many experiences because I like I said I'm a loner, I'm an introvert. I don't need a crowd, so it's hard for me to have a lot of people around to be involved in my business, to be involved in business. So
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of stories. I mean, I've had some lying stories where it's everybody gets the I heard you had sex with
Yeah.
um, no, but that comes with what we do because anybody who's in any form of a public eye at all, you're gonna get those type of stories attached to you anyway. So
I mean, but if they talking, that means you're doing something right.
does it? I don't
Yes.
know.
I mean, because to be honest with you, that means people are trying to figure you out. They have their eye
Exactly.
on you. You know what I mean? Not, that's what I mean. Like, people gonna have something to say, good or bad. I mean, because people are people. It's a part of the human nature to be a
Right.
certain kind of way. So that's why I say, like they say, good or bad publicity is publicity. But I think it becomes a bad thing when you wrap yourself around it because you're gonna have rumors about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. No,
Yeah. So,
I totally understand that. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm
Yeah.
just going to end this segment with one thing, and that's just like a couple of minutes dwelling on the topic. And the topic of today is about how laughter is medicine. And what do you guys have to say about how important it is to laugh? Do you think that laughing is medicine? Does it help us? Of course, the definition of laughter is medicine, and it says that it helps boost moods, it helps your immune system, and as a comedian D. Patrick, how important do you think it is to laugh?
Laughter, man, has gotten people out of a lot of situations, whether it be bad, good, indifferent, whatever. I would say has gotten people laughter has made sick people feel good. Laughter has made depressed people get out of it. Laughter, man, I remember crazy story. And I keep saying that, but it's real. When I was literally going through, I forgot I was going through something in my life real bad. Not bad like suicidal bad, but it was functional depression, I guess you can call it that. And I was working at this store at Metro PCS, and I stumbled across early corporate Black Chicago Be Like videos. And that's one dude I said I have to meet so I can thank him for what he did for me because this was actually before I even started doing comedy. I watched his videos and they made me laugh so hard that I forgot everything I was going through. And I was so glad that by this time when I saw him, he had 60 something episodes in. So I got to keep watching all the way up. And it took, like, I literally was like, man, anytime I go through anything, I'll pull up a video of his and it will get me out of whatever mood I was in. So I really, like I said, if I ever had the chance to meet him, which I think I am going to have that opportunity soon. But if I ever had a chance to meet him, it was going to be, man, hey, yo, I just want to thank you for something you did for me that you don't even know how much you changed a whole mood that a person was in. So I would even say that he was part of the reason why I want to make people never be in that position that I was in. So that's why I try to make people laugh, because you come to a comedy show and you can have your head down, and there is a thing, it's functional depression. So when people go through that, you don't want to have them, you don't want to make them come into a show and be even more depressed. Make them leave happier than when they came in. So laughter is probably, laughter is probably the most important medicine,
It is.
because laughter is one of them things I truly believe is a universal language.
It is, and laughter helps people to come together. It can
Yeah,
be a very tense situation, and if you break the ice with laughter, a lot of the times you've been to forgot what you was into it about. What you, I'm just saying, as far as bringing people together, you just forget. It's like, okay, you know what? It kind
yeah,
of, frequency wise, it kind of brings up the mood higher as far as being happy, and then as far as low level energy, it kind of just clears it out the room. It kind of just clears it out, like, I
yeah.
don't know. That's my favorite genre of movie. I love comedy. Like, I love to laugh. I'm silly myself, naturally. I'm not a comedian, but I definitely get a couple laughs.
Yeah.
So I get it. I definitely get it. I
Don't
get it.
don't
I love it.
don't say you're not a comedian. Just say you haven't got on stage yet. That's the same thing I tell my auntie. I got an auntie. She is hilarious, and I keep telling you need to come with me one day, and she just won't do it. But she said I ain't no comedian. I say it ain't that you're not a comedian. You just haven't been on stage yet. You're a comedian. You just ain't hit a stage.
That's true.
Well, if you put it that way, then I'm a comedian. Well, I am whatever you say
Exactly.
I am. That Patrick D. Thank you. Oh,
You
thank
know.
you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I mean, it looks like we covered everything, and all of us on the time schedule. We got
Yeah.
we got to
Yeah.
catch. We got things that we need to do. So, of course, we're gonna have part 2 with comedian D. Patrick. Of course, where we're gonna come up with a topic and we're gonna join. But make sure you guys check out October 7th. Speak Your Truth on 90th and Hermitage. You guys are gonna see that on my page anyway. Mr. Comedian D. Patrick, born and raised.
Support. Support. Support.
Yes.
Support,
Yes.
support, support, support. Of course, check out Real Life Topics podcast. If you want a ticket to the dinner anniversary, it's gonna
Yeah.
be an exclusive. It's gonna be exclusive. The
It's a
headline
private affair, though. It is private, so everybody can't come. Let's just put it out there too.
very
It's
private.
private.
Give me all the information that we need, man, because I'm trying to sell y'all. I'm trying to sell it out. I want everything to be nice, man, because like I said, I know the attire is formal. I gotta go pull out my court suit, see what we doing, and get
Oh my
everything.
God.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
gotta
I'm
pull out the
sorry, I ain't been
parole
in
suit
person.
with the. I gotta pull out my parole suit, man. We finna get it going in there.
We got
Ask you this. Hold on, I gotta ask you this. Okay, so because we have a hater amongst the Miss Patrick D, and he
Okay.
says that I think that women run the world. What is your thought process as far as the value of man and woman?
one. We got a
You say
comment.
you say we gotta you say we gotta end this podcast right now, right? What you say now? So you say what's my opinion on the value of men and women?
Yes,
I'll say this, right? I'll say two things. One, it's not everybody's value. Well, men and women's value are both needed, but for different reasons.
fact.
So I think that men that go around saying I don't need no woman, and nigga, you're lying. For women that say I don't need no man, you're lying.
You're
Yeah.
You
lying.
does.
Yes, fact.
But I will say this: I think I think the reason we have this because of this term that everybody walks around talking about 50-50. A woman put up a post not too long ago that said the reason that women are not the reason that a lot of women are single is because they want to be paid to be in relationships. And I said I hear what she's saying, but I don't necessarily agree. I'll put it to you like this: the 50-50 rule is not based off equality, because let's be fair, there's no such thing as equality. What it is a thing that's called balance. If we can
Yes.
understand balance over equality, then you will understand the difference between the 50-50 rule. The 50-50 rule means that, look, the balance of us is we're in the house. Me and you are in the house. Everything's dark. We hear a noise downstairs. Equality would say, hey, babe, go down there and check what's going on because I'm going to sit up here and tuck my socks under. Now, if you want to be equal, if I said that to you, you should be fine with it, but you shouldn't. The balance is, hey, I'm going to go downstairs and see what the problem is. You call in case something happens. That's the balance. So we have, or if we got kids, hey, I'm going to go down here and see what's going on. Go in the room and make sure the kids are straight. Lock the door. That's the balance. I think we have a problem in thinking that the problem. Well, let me say this. The problem is that we get confused with that because some women tend to think that, oh, I'm independent, I'm independent. But then again, want a guy to do this. Then dudes get confused and be like, well, if you're independent, why do you need me to do this for you? And then it's, well, no, I'm not really independent. It's like, and that's what caused guys to be confused. And dudes are no better because, again, me and my boy Ray, and this is this type of stuff we get into on Speak Your Truth, where we say, hey, there is no reason why these dudes should be acting like this, because we call out bums and these hobosexuals these hobosexuals all the time on our show. When you let these dudes, like, I would tell a woman, this dude has 6 baby mamas and has not taken care of any of them. Why would you lay down and have a kid with that one? So it's a lot of things that we, like I said, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. If y'all want more of that, man, just come out to Speak October 7th.
Part 2 coming up.
Listen, but my input on that is I feel like 50-50 ain't the case. It should be 100-100. If we're both giving our all, it won't leave room for any foolishness.
Yes.
When you come out, drop that tidbit and see how that works for you at Speak Your Truth. But y'all come out. We gonna get everybody out. We're gonna have a good time October 7th for real.
We are.
It is. And thank you so much, Mr. Comedian DPATRICK, in the building with Real Life Topics Podcast.
Woo!
Thank y'all for having me, man. This was dope.
For real. Thank you so much, Mr. Comedian DPATRICK. And part 2 coming soon, October 7th. Speak Your Truth. And it's so much more coming ahead of us all together.
Yes.
Real Topics Podcast. Have a good evening, guys.
Have a good evening. We love you.